Are you running into the issue of getting more customers? This is the one question, the one concern that all business owners should have. All
Yep.
entrepreneurs wants to get more customers. So our question to you is how, right? How are you attacking that issue? All right. I'm your co-host HT,
I'm CD Barnes.
and this is the League of Hustlers where we prepare you to prosper. All right, jumping right into it. So, getting more customers. That's what we're going to be talking about. All right. First things first, right? The issue that you're having, the issue that all entrepreneurs have, right, is finding new customers. A lot of times it feels like we'll hit a plateau, right? We'll have some success and then it'll level off, right? Some contributing factors to that would be a budget limitation, right? Maybe your budget doesn't, you know, allow for you to do more advertising, allow you to do more customer acquisition, right? Maybe your strategies are ineffective, right? So these are all things that we have to take in consideration when we're talking about and thinking about getting new customers. All right. Um, Anything to add to that, bro?
No, I think that's, basically every issue that, you're going to find yourself in one of these situations at some point in time.
Right. Yep. So
Yep.
next up, right? What you want is an exploding customer base, right? You want that organic growth, right? That's what we all want. We don't want to have to spend money on ads, right? We want that viral reach. We want those consistent leads. You know, um, what's your take on that, bro? Like,
Um, I mean, yeah, like you said in the beginning, right? Like if you have a business, the one thing that you're going to need is customers. If you're going to have, depending on your business model, you're going to need to continue to find new customers. Um, And so there's a lot of different ways you can do that. And then there's also a lot of ways that, or a lot of things that can prohibit you from finding your new customers. But this is what we want. We want the organic growth. We want people to find us organically that fit within our products and services, our target market. We want somehow for that to branch out into this viral desire for people to, need and crave and want our products and services so much that they're beating down the door and we have to, grow our business by, exponentially in order to meet the needs.
right,
And then really is even if you're not at that point, the last part though is just consistent leads, consistently, at least to some degree your business needs to have a steady flow of leads. And that's really what you need. Every business needs that,
right,
to some degree. You need to be able to establish a routine, a baseline for yourself to have a consistent number of leads that will convert into X amount of customers over the course of a month or a
right,
year.
right. And so some things that are contributing and preventing that, right, could be you losing your existing customers, right? So that's the key right there too, right? So you want new customers, right? But you also got to consider your existing customers, right? And some things that will cause you to lose your existing customers is stuff like competition, right? What is your competition doing? What are you doing to I guess counter the advances by your competition, right? Think about changing trends. So a lot of times you have, especially like in these days, technology is changing like rapidly. You have the oncoming of AI. You have new social media networks, right? Think TikTok, right? Think of different features on these different social networks, right? The other big thing that you have to take in consideration is your customer's perception of your service, right? How do customers perceive you, right? Um, you got to take this kind of stuff in mind, right? So you want new customers, right? So you want to gain new customers, but you also want to keep your existing customer base. And that's going to lead us into the next point, which is the solution. All right. So, you want to grab this, bro?
Yeah, so how do you, take care of that? And these are just a few, bullet points on things that you can do to kind of retain your customers, manage that, how they view your brand, and potentially get yourself some new leads, new customers. Number one is conduct surveys. And this is going to give you information on how your client base actually sees your brand. Are they satisfied with the service? Are they satisfied with the product? Think about Amazon. Everybody has used Amazon at some point in time, and
Right.
the very first thing you do, if it's a product or a service that you've never used or purchased before, you look at the reviews. How many reviews does this product have? And so basically, it's like a social proof scenario with that,
Right.
but feedback, and that's the kind of feedback that you need from surveys. You may not have reviews to start off with, but you can start putting out surveys and start soliciting for reviews. Um, what about interviews?
Yep, yep, yep. Interviews is huge. Talk to your customers, right? And I'll say, we can go through all of these like interview, social listening, to find the pain points and tailor your messaging and stuff like that. But it all boils down to talking to your customer and observing them, observing how they react to you, observing how they react to your social media, how they engage with you, but talking to people, right, and getting that firsthand feedback from your customers and potential customers is what it's boils down to, right? People will come up with all these fancy terms and fancy strategies and stuff like that with surveys and interviews and their software to collect data. Like I think it's called Qualtrics is a popular one. Doing these elaborate surveys, doing experiential marketing, like going places and setting up these you know labs essentially to see how people react and stuff like that. But just remember, especially as small business owners, what it really boils down to is talking to your customers, right? And figuring out what their pain points are, figuring out what they don't like about your products, figuring out how you can tweak your products or services
Right,
based off of their feedback that they're giving in reviews, in surveys, in interviews, right? So open up that line of communication so that they feel free to tell you specifically what it is that they don't like, right? A lot of times we'll lean on family members and friends for feedback about our products and services. That's good, but a lot of times they don't want to tell you the truth because they don't want to seem like they're hating on you or discouraging you, right? So
right.
let them know that it's okay to be critical, and that's actually what you're looking for. So I would say do
Man,
that up front and don't be sensitive about it.
and a lot of time, that group of people, your family and your friends, they're not a part of your target market anyway. And so
Right.
it's not
Most definitely.
it's not real data. The data isn't, it's good feedback, but it's not true data. You need this information from somebody who does not love you, who does not care about you. You need
Right.
this data from somebody who's going to be a customer. And you want that raw, unfiltered data. Like
Right.
you want them to be able to say, I hated your product or service. I want my money back. It needs
Right.
to be that raw of
Exactly.
information, basically. So, you know,
That's a really good point, bro. That is a really, really good point. And that's it for this episode. We wanted to keep this one brief, and just get right to it. All right. So this is an actionable thing that you can do. Right? Make it a point today. Talk to your customers. Reach out to them. Just do a simple follow up, simple reach out, simple email, simple phone call, simple text, whatever it is. Reach out to them and ask them how can you improve your product or service. That simple. Take that feedback. Don't ask just one person either, because but ask multiple people, right? Same message, same thing. Take that feedback then and find the common themes that people keep saying, right? Then act on that. Okay. This has been another episode of the League of Hustlers. We're here for you and we're here to help you prosper. All right. Anything else, bro?
that's it.
All right. Until next time, let's get it. Let's go and follow for more.